And for this week's Community Spotlight, they froze their tails off for charity. The 3rd annual Frozen Flop kicked off the 10th annual Frozen 4 Friday evening. And as the Frozen 4 coordinators tell our Scott Sheehan, there's no better way to kick off a weekend on Gull Lake than taking the plunge for a good cause.
3, 2, 1.
They're a bird, they're a clown, they're a cowboy? Well, whatever they're dressed up to be, they're flopping into frigid Gull Lake to raise money for charity. The 3rd annual Frozen Flop kicked off the 10th annual Frozen 4 festivities Friday night. And what's a better way to kick off the weekend on Gull Lake than bringing in crowds of people to watch floppers freeze their tails off for charity?
To have fun, to jump in the water and to raise extra money for Confidence Learning Center and Kids Against Hunger in Brainerd Lakes area. It's a great way to do it, and a unique because we are under the tent for the first time and jumping at night.
That's right, the Frozen 4 claimed their indoor Frozen Flop last weekend was the first time a Frozen Flop or plunge has been held inside. They built a tent around the hole, which they dug through 3 feet of ice and added a stage and stadium seating to add to the spectator sport.
You know, we've done it a couple of years, and it's actually been the air outside has been colder than the actual water. So, you know, it's challenging enough to jump into 32-degree water. But then when you get out and it's 20 below, well, one, and then band in the middle of the lake, you know, it's Minnesota. It's what we do. We party on the lake in the summer. We might as well do it in the wintertime.
The Frozen Floppers say it's more than just jumping for charity, but there's also a technique to being the best.
My technique, well, I'm not a fish, so I'm gonna stay out of the water, get out of the water as quick as I can and get back to land. So whatever it takes, run from one end to the other.
As soon as a body part hits the water, just immediately start going back up and get out as fast as possible. There is no technique. Just get in, get out. It's cold.
Frozen Flop teams ranged from 1 flopper to teams of 10. In total, the Frozen Flop raised over $11,000 for Brainerd's Kids Against Hunger and the Confidence Learning Center. And with the indoor flop and indoor changing rooms, the floppers say this year's Frozen Flop was a splash hit. For this week's Community Spotlight, Scott Sheehan, Lakeland News.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.